Picture this. In the grand halls of French palaces and the damp cells of medieval prisons, there existed a mystery so profound it has captivated minds for over 3 centuries. A prisoner whose identity was concealed behind an iron mask became perhaps the most intriguing secret in French history. The story begins in 1669, when a mysterious prisoner was transferred to multiple high-security prisons across France. What made this prisoner extraordinary wasn't his crimes. In fact, no one knew what he had done. It was the bizarre condition of his imprisonment. He was forced to wear a mask of black velvet or iron at all times, and anyone who saw his face would face immediate death. The most fascinating part? This wasn't just any ordinary prisoner. The exceptional treatment he received was puzzling. He was served on fine silver plates, given the highest quality linens, and treated with unusual respect by his jailers. Some even said the prison governor would not sit in his presence without permission. For 34 years, this masked figure moved from fortress to fortress, eventually ending his days in the infamous Bastille. His identity was so carefully guarded that even in death, his face remained hidden, and his burial registration listed him under a false name, Marchioli. But who was he really? The theories are as wild as they are numerous. Some believed he was the secret twin brother of King Louis XIV, hidden away to prevent any challenge to the throne. Others suggested he was the king's illegitimate half-brother, or perhaps a disgraced noble who knew too much about state secrets. One particularly compelling theory suggests he was Nicolas Fouquet, Louis XIV's superintendent of finances, who had fallen from grace. But if it was simply Fouquet, why the elaborate mask? Why such secrecy? The mystery deepened when it was discovered that pages were torn from prison registers, letters were destroyed, and witnesses were silenced. It seemed that someone had gone to extraordinary lengths to erase this man's identity from history. This historical puzzle inspired Alexandre Dumas to write his famous novel, The Man in the Iron Mask. But the truth remains elusive. Even today, historians continue to debate and investigate, trying to unmask this centuries-old secret. Perhaps what makes this mystery so enduring is not just the question of who he was, but what his existence tells us about power, secrets, and the lengths those in authority will go to protect them. In the end, the man in the iron mask stands as a haunting reminder that sometimes the most fascinating stories are the ones that remain untold.